All right, everybody, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you guys exactly how I calculate how much to charge for products, how I basically brand products so I can charge high value prices for them so I have big margins, right? Because I've told you guys before, big margins mean you can outspend your competitors, gives you more room to acquire a customer, which in turn gives you a better chance at being successful. So that's all I'm going to be talking about today in this video. I know it's been a minute since I've done another YouTube video, and for that, guys, I sincerely apologize. I got way too busy, but busy's always good, right? So if you guys see me on here less, it means I'm doing more, a lot of exciting things happening, but I'll always try to come back on here and drop as much valuable content as I can. I've been doing some crazy things. One of my brands is just taking off well past my imagination, trying to hire employees and set up infrastructure and all this stuff really bogged down and took up a lot of my time the last 2 weeks. But I'll be back on YouTube. I'm back again. I'm gonna try to drop videos. I don't think I could do that everyday schedule that I'd initially planned for. It's just way too difficult with everything on my plate. But I will try to do at least one, if not a couple videos every week on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about pricing, right? So a lot of people have this question and a lot of people are wondering, okay, how do I create good profit margins for my Shopify or my dropshipping store or my brand? And how do I know how much to charge, right? So the first thing that I recommend people is when you're looking to determine how much to charge, you really have to know what industry, niche, or market you're going after, okay? So for example, if you guys go after a niche or an industry where people are already used to and accustomed to spending a lot of money, then it obviously makes it a lot easier for you to charge a higher value price, right? So for example, I talk about this all the time in my academy, in my course. I tell students this all the time. A lot of people are freaking out about pricing and they just simply don't understand or know what to charge for a product, okay? What you get the product from, whether it's AliExpress or your supplier or manufacturer, is irrelevant to how much you can charge. Just because you get a product for $2 doesn't mean you can only charge $10 for it, right? That's a myth that a lot of people have. I've taken products that, I've sourced for less than $10 and I've sold for over $100, right? So it's all about conveying the perceived value of something, using good psychology and marketing, and really knowing your audience and understanding your customer base. So the first thing that I would recommend, let's just say, I'm wearing a jersey today. Let's say, shout out to Kobe, by the way, that Lower Merion number 33 high school jersey. For those of you basketball fans, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Everybody else out there, you're probably confused. No worries, it's good. Let's use an example, okay? Let's say I wanted to break through into the jersey market, okay? That's what I wanted to do. Now, for those of you guys who've ever bought a jersey or even just searched here, you can make a simple Google search. You would know that on average, I would say the average cost of a jersey is right around $100, okay? That's the average cost that I typically tend to see, $100, okay? So if you're entering the jersey market, even if you get a jersey for $5, let's say from your manufacturer supplier, it would be a crime to yourself to sell it for $30. And a lot of people in the market are going to be like, and I know this is myself included, where I see something like a jersey for like $30 and I'm like, hey, what's wrong with it? Is it fake? Is the material not good? Is the print going to come off? I have all these questions and it's not, I haven't even read the listing or anything. I've just literally looked at the price of the product. It says $30, but I'm used to paying $100, right? So why is this company now charging me $30 for it? It's a red flag, right? And on the same token, if you went out there and you said, hey, I want to charge $250 for a jersey, I'm going to be scratching my head, right? I'm going to be wondering, why are you wanting to charge so much more for something that I'm accustomed to paying $100 for, right? So at that point, my brain is going to kick in and I'm going to say, okay, if this isn't the coolest jersey that I've ever seen in my life, or if it doesn't have like smart technology or something crazy with it, I'm probably not going to buy it, guys, because it doesn't make sense to me, right? But if you get a jersey, even if you get it for $5, right? Like the majority of the jersey companies out there, they don't get their jerseys for more than like $5. Let's be real, right? Let's call it what it is, right? Does not cost that much money to make a jersey, but the jersey market price has been set in that $100 range, right? From the big companies like the Nikes and the Adidas and the Reeboks and everybody else out there. So if you're creating and you're trying to get into the jersey market, it's just a wild example I'm throwing out there because I'm wearing a jersey. First thing came into my mind. You guys want to be priced similarly. You guys want to be priced in a competitive manner, right? Why would you ever want to undersell yourself and undersell your services? It absolutely doesn't make sense, right? Your products, your services, you never want to undersell. So the first rule about being profitable and having good margins with Shopify and dropshipping and all that stuff is ideally, you guys are probably thinking about it and you guys are going, man, I should be entering markets where people are accustomed to paying a lot of money for things. 100%. Absolutely, right? Like, for example, I was helping one of my students out who's entering the wine market, and I said, that's a great market, right? But he was trying to sell a wine product for $10. And I'm like, nobody that's a wine connoisseur that, enjoys good wine is really spending $10 on wine, right? They're spending more than that on just one glass of wine, okay? Like wine connoisseurs, they're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars already. So the market is already set, right? These guys have money because they can afford to spend $500 to $1,000 for just a bottle. And B, they're used to it, right? They have this certain class or this certain level of understanding on what it takes to, really sell to them. So even though my student was getting the product for $3, I said, don't charge $10 for it. It sounds ridiculous, right? What is the average cost of a bottle of wine? Maybe price it somewhere around there. We came to find it's about $50 to $60. Cool, said price it for $50. Let's see what happens. Now he's got $47 of room for margin. And that's great, right? So that's the way that you want to think about it. Don't price based on what your suppliers are giving you the price, right? That just makes no sense. Price based on, you have to have really good marketing and psychology. And you have to convey the perceived value, right? If you're going to take a $3 product, you sure as heck better make it look very, very valuable in order to get somebody to pay you $50, $60, whatever it is, right? And a great example of this is what Tiffany's did, right? Tiffany sells these paper clips. I don't know the exact amount, but it's literally a gold paper clip. Someone else showed me this. Literally sells this gold paper clip for like a couple $1,000s. Guys, it's a freaking paper clip, okay? And they're able to charge $2,000 or something like that, something crazy, okay? For a paper clip that's gold. I don't even know if it's real gold or if it's just painted gold, what's going on with it. But again, the perceived value, they're doing something right? They're able to take something that people literally find on the ground, or maybe you'll pay like a nickel for at most, and they're able to charge $1,000 for it. They're using great psychology. They're communicating amazing perceived value, and obviously they have a strong brand, and they know who they're selling to. They're selling to jewelry buyers, right? Again, how much money do jewelry buyers spend? A lot of freaking money. Jewelry is not a cheap commodity, right? People are used to spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars when it comes to jewelry. So that's rule number one when it comes to finding good profitability in Shopify dropshipping and just having good margins, okay? The second thing I recommend, so let's say you're in like a very broad market, right? Like an example of a broad market might be like skincare, for example, right? Some skincare products are as cheap as $5, and then you got some that'll be like some crazy stuff that'll be like $200, $300. And you're wondering, okay, hey, G, this is my situation. I've got a very broad range market. I don't know where I should price. Here's a good rule of thumb that I've seen for products and stuff that I've tested that have ended up being successful versus ones that haven't. Here's a rule I like to follow, okay? So let's just say your product costs you $5, okay? I like to, at the minimum, try to get 4 times or charge 4 times as much as I'm getting the product for when I'm trying to sell it. So let's say I get a product for $5 and I'm super confused about where to price and how to price and things of that nature. I'll price it at $20 to begin, okay? 4 times, minimum. Sometimes I might try 6 times, 30. Sometimes I might try 10 times, whatever it is, right? But if you're really unsure about where to start with pricing, 4 times, because that's gonna give you a really good margin, okay? So if you're getting something for $5, sell it for 20 to begin with, right? And then you look at the data and you look at the numbers and you do all that stuff. And I'm somebody that loves to play with pricing, right? So if something's working for me at 20, I'm not just gonna be satisfied at that point. I'll raise it another $5, right? And let's see what happens when I raise it to $25. Am I still making as much money as I was the day before? If I am, okay, great. If I'm not, go back to the $20 price point, right? So you're trying to see if you don't wanna just make the same amount of money, you obviously want to make more money. So then it comes down to figuring out, am I making more money with a higher price or a lower price based on the number of orders that you're getting? So I constantly test pricing. I constantly try increasing prices. Maybe every like 3 to 5 days, especially in the testing phase, I'll raise it $5. And I'll keep doing it until I hit that plateau where it's like, okay, now when I raised it $5, my sales are actually declining and I'm making less profit. My focus is always on profit, okay? So I'm looking at it from a profit standpoint. Even if my sales are lower, but my profit is higher, for example, I'm okay with it, okay? So I'll kind of run this test gradually. Sometimes you can run it for a month, sometimes it's a couple of weeks, and you figure out the pricing really well, and then you let that price stick. But in the very beginning, if you guys are unsure, 4 times, whatever it costs you to get it with shipping, all that good stuff, and just go for a 4x margin, right? And then see what happens, right? If it's not working for you, people aren't buying, maybe drop it to 3x, right? You got to play around with these things. Or if it's working very well, increase it to 5x, 6x, 10x, whatever it takes for you guys to be successful. But that's it for this section, guys. I hope you got a lot of value from this because pricing is extremely, extremely important, especially in your success as you guys try to be profitable, right? Because you can't be profitable with bad margins or not knowing how to price. So I hope you guys got a ton of value from this video. Like I said, I haven't been able to be as active and I apologize for that. I will try to drop as many more videos as I can. Please make sure you guys subscribe and turn on video notifications so you guys get notified the next time I drop a video. Thanks so much, guys.